In the high-stakes landscape of 2026, enterprise leaders must deploy advanced cryptographic architectures and zero-trust frameworks to defend proprietary intellectual property against the exponential rise of deepfakes. Implementing content provenance protocols is no longer a luxury, but a strategic necessity for maintaining digital resilience and ensuring the absolute integrity of business-to-business communication in real time today. This technical roadmap provides an authoritative blueprint for integrating cryptographic digital signatures into your corporate data pipelines to mitigate threats from sophisticated generative artificial intelligence and high-level social engineering attacks. Organizations that prioritize digital trust and robust infrastructure will lead the global innovation era by establishing verifiable origins for every piece of multimedia content they produce or consume internally at scale. Our strategic synthesis leverages state-of-the-art benchmarks to demonstrate how automated forensic auditing and standardized protocols can effectively neutralize the risks associated with synthetic media and malicious external actors. By the end of this deep dive, you will possess a comprehensive blueprint for aligning your cybersecurity posture with the most rigorous global standards for protecting critical assets and corporate data sovereignty. Research from the NIST AI Risk Management Framework establishes the gold standard for securing artificial intelligence systems through ethical protocols and robust architectural validation of localized neural networks for global enterprises. The European AI Alliance and the official EU AI Act are currently shaping the global landscape for trustworthy intelligence by mandating high levels of transparency and verifiable content origin protocols today. Gartner cybersecurity research highlights the critical importance of implementing resilient infrastructures that can withstand the emerging threat landscape of 2026 by prioritizing high-density cryptographic verification methods for all data. In Canada and the United States, PwC Global Digital Trust Insights emphasize that protecting critical assets requires a proactive approach to digital fortification and the deployment of advanced provenance technologies globally. The Spanish National Cybersecurity Institute, known as INCIBE, provides essential global threat intelligence and IT best practices to enhance international cyber resilience against the growing wave of artificial intelligence-driven phishing. Technical standards for AI on AI hardware and networking published by IEEE Explore ensure that the underlying infrastructure remains secure while processing massive volumes of cryptographically signed enterprise multimedia data assets. ANISA tracks the evolving threat landscapes in Europe, focusing on the certification of AI technologies to ensure that digital products meet the highest transparency and data regulation requirements for 2026. SANS Institute InfoSec resources provide highly technical and actionable best practices for incident response when dealing with the sophisticated forensic auditing of executive enterprise communications and compromised digital identities at scale. Integrating content provenance protocols into corporate data pipelines allows for the seamless tracking of every asset from creation to distribution, ensuring that digital assets remain untampered throughout their entire organizational life cycle. Technical implementation requires a deep understanding of the C2PA standard, which provides the underlying framework for embedding manifest information directly into the metadata of images, videos, and audio files produced today. Enterprise adaptation of these protocols involves updating existing digital asset management systems to support the injection of cryptographic proof at the moment of capture using authorized corporate devices and secure platforms. Digital resilience is significantly enhanced when every internal communication carries a verifiable history that details the original source the software used and any subsequent modifications made by authorized personnel only today. By establishing a clear chain of custody, organizations can effectively mitigate the risk of internal data leaks being weaponized or modified to create damaging deepfakes that target corporate reputation directly and maliciously. The supply chain transformation for digital content depends on all participants in the ecosystem adhering to these standardized provenance protocols to ensure consistent verification across different platforms and organizational boundaries globally. High-tier B2B advertisers and partners prioritize organizations that can provide definitive proof of content authenticity, which directly impacts the digital trust and long-term viability of strategic corporate partnerships today. Implementing these protocols at the architectural level ensures that the provenance data is immutable and cannot be stripped away during transit or storage within high-security enterprise network environments at any time. Implementing cryptographic digital signatures to verify B2B multimedia origin provides a mathematical certainty that the content has not been altered by unauthorized parties during the transmission across open or closed networks. These signatures rely on public key infrastructure and secure hardware modules to protect the private keys used by executives and authorized creators to sign off on high-value corporate communications today. Threat mitigation strategies must include the widespread deployment of verification tools that allow recipients to instantly validate the signature against the organization official certificate authority and public key registry at scale. Zero Trust frameworks mandate that no piece of multimedia content should be trusted by default unless it carries a valid cryptographic signature that matches the expected origin and identity of the sender. The technical complexity of managing these signatures at scale requires automated orchestration and integration into standard email clients, meeting platforms, and collaborative document editing tools used by modern global enterprise teams today. Using cryptographic signatures for every executive briefing and financial report prevents malicious actors from successfully impersonating leadership through voice clones or realistic video deepfakes during critical business decision-making processes globally. Resilient infrastructure must support the high throughput required for real-time signing and verification of high-resolution video streams used in global board meetings and live corporate events in 2026. Professional-grade security protocols ensure that these digital signatures are resistant to quantum computing threats. By utilizing the latest post-quantum cryptographic algorithms recommended by international standards bodies and research institutions today, ensuring compliance with the EU AI Act transparency and data regulations is a non-negotiable requirement for any global enterprise operating within or interacting with the European digital market space today. The Act mandates that synthetic content must be clearly labeled as such and that high-risk AI systems must provide detailed documentation regarding their training data in operational logical ways. Organizations must implement internal governance frameworks that monitor the use of generative artificial intelligence tools to ensure they do not violate privacy rights or engage in prohibited manipulative practices at any level. Transparency requirements extend to the disclosure of content provenance and the methods used to generate or modify multimedia assets that have a significant impact on public opinion or corporate stakeholders globally. Data regulations under the new framework prioritize the protection of individual privacy while allowing for the ethical development of innovative AI applications that drive enterprise growth and competitive digital transformation today. Legal teams must work closely with cybersecurity professionals to validate that every localized model and automated pipeline adheres to the specific technical standards outlined in the official EU AI Act protocols. Failure to comply with these rigorous standards can result in massive financial penalties and significant damage to an organization's digital trust and its ability to operate within key international markets today. Trusted AI standards provided by the European AI Alliance offer a practical guide for organizations seeking to align their technological deployments with the values of human agency and technical robustness always. Deploying automated forensic auditing for executive enterprise communications provides an essential layer of defense by constantly scanning incoming and outgoing traffic for signs of synthetic manipulation or sophisticated deepfake anomalies at scale. These forensic tools use advanced neural networks to analyze pixel consistency, audio frequency patterns, and biological markers like blink rates to detect even the most sophisticated generative artificial intelligence disruptions today. Real-time auditing allows the cybersecurity team to immediately flag and isolate suspicious communications before they can lead to financial loss, unauthorized data access, or the compromise of critical business systems globally. The integration of forensic auditing into the Central Security Operations Center enables a unified response to synthetic media threats across the entire global infrastructure of the modern digital enterprise today at scale. Automated systems reduce the burden on human analysts by filtering out low-level noise and focusing attention on high-risk incidents that require immediate manual investigation and high-level executive intervention. Forensic reports provide detailed evidence of manipulation, which is crucial for incident response, post-mortem analysis, and legal proceedings related to corporate espionage or large-scale social engineering attacks in 2026. Continuous monitoring of executive digital identities ensures that any unauthorized attempt to spoof their appearance or voice is detected within milliseconds, preventing the success of targeted spear phishing campaigns at the source. The deployment of these auditing capabilities reinforces the zero-trust architecture by validating the authenticity of the most sensitive communication channels within the corporate leadership hierarchy and the broader global organization. Consider a multinational energy corporation that faced a targeted deepfake attack or a synthetic version of the CEO attempted to authorize an emergency $10 million wire transfer to a fraudulent account. Because the organization had already integrated content provenance protocols into their internal communication pipeline, the automated forensic auditing system immediately flagged the video call as lacking a valid and verifiable cryptographic signature. The system detected subtle anomalies in the audio frequencies and facial movements that were inconsistent with the CEO-established digital profile, which was secured within the company air-gapped identity vault today. Within seconds, the Security Operations Center isolated the communication and initiated a zero-trust verification protocol requiring a secondary multi-factor authentication from the genuine CEO on a secure hardware key device. This successful threat mitigation prevented a significant financial loss and demonstrated the power of a resilient infrastructure combined with proactive cryptographic verification for protecting the most critical corporate intellectual property assets globally. The incident response team used the automated forensic audit report to trace the origin of the attack and share intelligence with international cybersecurity institutes like INCIB and the global law enforcement. Following the event, the corporation updated its digital transformation strategy to mandate that every executive briefing must be cryptographically signed and verified using the latest C2PA standards for all global partners. This real-world example highlights how the combination of provenance signatures and automated auditing creates a formidable defense against the most sophisticated synthetic media threats in the current global digital economy today. By prioritizing digital trust and technical compliance, the organization not only secured its assets, but also strengthened its reputation as a leader in cybersecurity and ethical corporate governance for 2026. The strategic synthesis of cryptographic provenance and automated auditing is essential for building a future-proof enterprise that can navigate the complexities of the generative artificial intelligence era with absolute digital confidence. Leaders who invest in these sovereign architectural capabilities today will achieve a significant return on investment through reduced incident response costs and the preservation of high-value proprietary intellectual property assets globally. The trajectory of cybersecurity points toward a world where every digital interaction is verified by default, ensuring that digital trust remains the foundation of all global innovation and enterprise transformation today. Achieving this level of resilience requires a commitment to continuous education and the adoption of technical standards that prioritize the protection of the human element within the digital enterprise ecosystem at scale. Subscribe to @Acknowledge to master C2PA protocols and secure your enterprise IP against the next generation of deepfake threats with PhD-level cybersecurity strategies. We walk the talk on digital trust. This content is 100% C2P certified. Channel powered by generative AI architecture.